See, I told you we'd get better. Second show, better intro. I was able to fade it in there. How we doing, guys?
Good.
Welcome to the second show. We got a full room today. We got Kevin in from Florida. This was kind of a spontaneous homeboys around. We got to try to put it together. So here we are. We got Eric in the building again. The Mighty Mouse Rich came up. Kendall from Wired Access came with his handsome face. We got Rob here. Chris is over chilling in the corner. He's here for moral support and cool hair.
Rocking the frosted tips.
Oh yeah, just the tips. So yeah, just kind of getting this started here. I don't want to be this guy right now, but to help us grow, hit the subscribe button, the likes, share us. It's the only way we're going to get bigger and maybe make a buck is trying to get it out of YouTube's fingers. So help us out in that way. So like I was saying here, we got Kevin in from Wired Access, Kevin in from Florida, Kendall from Wired Access. We got Kevin in from Florida.
Baby, that's it, bolts.
Dos and tres.
Yeah, it was early morning, and we had a whiskey already, and so here we are. But in from Florida, visiting his brother. Man, it's been what, 5 or so years at least, 6, 7.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's been a while, man, and you've been really doing your thing down there in Florida with your camera game and your videos, and I have been super impressed with all of your stuff, man. It every time your pictures blow me away, dude.
Appreciate it.
I mean, it is a real skill to be able to capture the beauty and things like that sometimes. And man, the way you put the stars, I know you got one picture with the ship and like the Milky Way, and the way you're able to get the light on the ship and have the stars all like they look, man, that shit is crazy to me. Congratulations on perfecting your craft, sir.
Man, that's something that you always got to work on. You know, I can't say I'm a pro. You know, you always learn something new every day with it. It doesn't matter how many years you put into it. So I'm about 9 years into it. You know, and learn something new every day. Every situation is different. You know.
And you get creative, man, with the smoke bombs and I know y'all do the steel wool and spin it around. Chris kind of told me about it before, but I've seen some of your pictures with the sparks flying. That shit is legit.
It's different. You know, I try to be unique with everything, you know, but I mean, with that comes risks. So let's say I did a wedding shoot, and that's kind of my thing, you know, sparking up behind the bride and groom and stuff like that. There was one wedding where I was above them, raining down on top of them with sparks. They had an umbrella to kind of block it, you know.
Oh, man.
I should have known to, you know, put like some flame retardant or like something above the umbrella, because I mean that shit burned through the umbrella. Ooh, kind of lit her up on her shoulder.
At least it didn't catch her hair, dog.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a lot of chemical.
Exactly.
A lot of chemical on that day.
I would get some lit photos.
Well, it's funny because I did one of those where they did at the end of the night. They did those memory lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And this was one of my first weddings ever, and it was January 1st. That's how I remember. We go out to do the lanterns. We light one because it was a family friend, so they knew my family. My family was there. We light one for Katie's grandma. We send it. It catches on to the brides. Catches the brides on fire. I never felt so bad, dude. But it reminds you of just what you're saying, where dude, you went through the umbrella, and it could have been Hair City.
Yeah. That's why, man, always have insurance. Protect your neck, for real.
While we're talking about those lanterns, I was at my in-laws a couple years ago. I lit one of those up, and it went up, and then the wind caught it right into the neighbor's tree, bro. We had hose out, trying to put it out. It was bad.
It just doesn't say Oakland Fire on the back for a reason. Always ready.
You might start fires.
Oh.
They're pretty amazing. I remember one year we wound up doing that for my late wife. One of the lanterns got caught in the tree. Was it a tree? No, it was a bush. And my sister-in-law actually jumped into the bush to try to get it. We got a video of that. I was like, oh, you should just let it be. It's New York. Just let it be.
The burning bush.
Yeah. They were eco-friendly, so it's like, it's not going to really do anything.
So out of all your shoots, what would you say has been your favorite thing to shoot?
Anything nighttime, I try to find different perspectives of my city, and put on for my city. Like Jax is just growing. It's on a whole nother level. They keep building up and stuff like that. Always have new views. So I'm the one to just try to show that off, and
Better place
put
in
that
Florida,
out.
though.
Yeah, put that shit out.
Good
for the
stuff.
public.
Maybe some of your stadium shots and stuff like that are super sick.
Jags, man. Anytime the Jags are putting on, man, it's like those shots just sell left and right. Big canvases, whatever. But when they doing bad, man, it's like I know to switch it up and it's like, all right, I'm gonna go shoot the skyscrapers for a minute, go hit the beach, Jags are kind of on the back burner. They're messing up,
Yeah, what you need is for them to go on a Super Bowl run.
So,
You sell all the
Give
canvases.
We'll keep praying for that. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they pray for snow in the desert. Oh,
But yeah, definitely, love what I do. Putting on for small businesses. That's kind of my focus right now is, I got certain companies I'm working with, a couple things in the works. Right before I came out here, just did some things for FSU, which is big to me because
Yeah.
I'm like big FSU fan. It's like, being in Norvell's office, I held the ACC championship trophy that he won last year.
oh.
Seen the gator heads on his desk and everything like that. But that's one thing I can say about Norvell, man, is his work. That dude ain't no joke. And for real, he's on his players, Good outlook for the new quarterback and stuff. I'm excited for the season coming. I'll be shooting a couple other games coming up. A couple other things in the work was that. And then just the locals around, we do the 904 pop-up thing in Jacksonville, which that is just meant for all local small businesses. I've been involved in that since like 4 years ago, Now it's grown to, we throw this big event at Jax Beach where 200 local small businesses come out, push out their products. We got like 15 food trucks. Now it's live music. Now it's,
Yeah, it has grown.
yes.
For the community, bring it together.
Exactly. Nothing but supporting small business. So I'm all for that, pushing that and pushing the content out for that. 904 pop-up. Check that out, bro. You should do something like that in your city, because it just promotes everybody who's trying to come up, and it's amazing to see how these people start from pushing their product out of a tent. Then all of a sudden they got a food truck. Then all of a sudden they got a brick and mortar store and they done made it,
Well, it's helping the small business instead of the McDonald's, Burger King, the people that are
Facts.
already millionaires. And man, the food is usually fresh and like you're actually getting real food from these like mom and pop spots.
Oh,
and
man, I'm saying they're better than
bro, I don't
what
even
you
touch a McDonald's or none of that stuff no
Yeah.
more. Like, I
for
don't,
the same price. It's like you get this and you help this dude out.
yeah,
And then we
So-
know that dude ain't. He's just trying to make his buck. He ain't trying to make the millions. If it comes, it comes.
Right.
But that's not in his initial limelight. His initial limelight is how can I get accomplished and get into that stuff.
Yeah.
To get that little $200 in a day, $400, and then it turns into 600 and keep growing them.
Yep.
yeah.
Keep
Just
growing
that
that
small
business.
stuff.
That's something we need to learn to do as a people is to support each other and our small businesses and the people around us more than just these big companies because it's easier. I'll admit I'm ordering too much stuff off Amazon most of the time, but I don't know where to get it locally. Not that I could just roll up and get it. Like
That's the other problem. Amazon shut down 98% of small business.
well, trying
That's
to
why
find
there's
like,
nowhere to get it.
trying to find all the
Yeah,
stupid
it's like
little
shipping
wires and things like that for this was ridiculous. It all had to come off Amazon. You can't go and get a 20-foot USB-C. You know what I mean? It was like they were, well, we got 5 foot and I'm like, that is not what I'm looking for. So I have to go there. And I would love to be able to walk into a business, put my hands on things and touch things before I ever buy it. That's me though. I don't like buying it online. I like to see that it's big enough because I have a size problem. I like to see that it fits and it's quality and it's going to hold up. I'm not going to, stretch it out the first wash. It ain't going to fit. It's just I like to see, feel, touch. So I like that.
Well, I got a question for Kev, if that's cool.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill's photographer that got suspended for cheering with him on the sideline. Anything on that or anything that you experienced towards that with the photography side?
No, I mean it gets on that level. Like if I was to shoot the Jags or FSU and stuff like that, it's like you got to stick to your craft and be professional and stuff like that. I get it. That's what makes it so hard. It's like you want to be out there and just fucking tackle him in the end zone when he scores and stuff like that. But yeah, you got to restrain yourself.
He was just celebrating a touchdown,
Yeah, I mean, there's certain rules to the game when you get media access and stuff like that. It's like I shoot a lot of concerts as well. Like I've shot, just recently Wu-Tang Nas. I've shot New Edition, fucking Jodeci. Let's see who else. Well, anyways,
Dude, you hit enough for us to. We already know where you're.
All of us are like,
it's like with them, you only get like the first 3 songs, and certain artists is just like Charlie Wilson was just like, no, I got to review every photo before you put out anything because I want to see how I look. It's like, dude, you're old as fuck. I'm not a fucking. I can't make you look like you're 30, man. You're just old, bro. I mean,
there ain't filters for that.
Right, I was gonna say some filters.
You got some filter, my guy.
Then you got cats like Jodeci. Jodeci, we first 3 songs during the second song, they're like, no, y'all motherfuckers got to go. Y'all got to get the fuck out of here. You're blocking the women in the front and shit. You're old as fuck too, man. You ain't getting them. With Wu-Tang, it's their manager was just a prick. So
Really?
yeah, it was. You get the first 3 songs, but they made it to where when they came out, they came out one by one. So it was like,
That wasn't the original core of Wu-Tang?
it was, but minus ODB. So
Well, obviously, yeah.
yeah,
That's
but
always-
ODB, young DB came out in place of ODB. But it's like, Jizza set it off and, shot him, but he did a verse that counted as one song. The Capadonna came out.
Did a verse.
That was 2 songs.
Oh, so you already.
So
So they
yeah,
would they would count the verses as actual songs.
Exactly. So I didn't get the whole group as a shot.
Wow.
I got like 4 of them cats. But luckily, when Nas came out, he did Verbal Intercourse with freaking Raekwon, and Raekwon came out with him. So I managed to shoot Quan. I didn't get Ghost, or I didn't get Meth. Meth came out. Yeah, he came out in the middle of the whole set, but I don't know what it was. That was the main dude I wanted to shoot. Man.
What's the 3-song rule? Is that something that's in your contract? Is that something?
Yeah, that's something they lay down at first. I mean, some groups will just let you shoot the whole thing. Boys to Men, I shot them. Like it was.
I want to say one thing about them real quick.
I wanted.
Boys to Men, they came to concert. I went and saw them at Stir Cove. I was thinking, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
They may have sang 3 Boys to Men songs. The rest were covered. Dude, you got 27 albums, and you're going to sing maybe a handful of songs. Dude, very disappointed. But go ahead. My bad. Disappointed, bro.
With them and their media access, I mean, I was like walking them up the stage, you know what I'm saying? And then in the front, I could shoot whatever I wanted, their whole set. They did everything on that. And they were game. They were in the camera, and stuff like that. It just depends on the artist, I guess.
I just got into the sports side. Obviously, the Beef picked me up and let me do some fan interaction.
Definitely shout out to Wired Access.
With Wired Access and Herd at Sports, and I appreciate that. But like, I don't know, man. I used to not try to get access. I would just have access, like the high school schools.
Right.
But once you get access, you're like, dude, this is a whole different world. Like
It is.
Like I did state basketball all 2 weekends full. Just I'd go in, First of all, you got a certain room they got with all the area where you can have your stuff. They fed us lunch, dinner, because we were there all day for 3 days. I was there for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
They fed you lunch, dinner, made sure you were straight, had drinks, everything. And of course, you have different access and just like you said, a different vibe, but everybody's different. Not everybody accepts you as recording them or taking pictures.
Right. And like I can only imagine requesting to shoot Beyonce. Everyone's seen that one Beyonce photo where it looks like she's fucking deadlifting something. Oh, shit, she got that fucked up face. Girl, that's what they try to prevent. They don't want you to put out fucked up pictures of them. I mean, which I can respect.
Yeah.
That's what's up. You want to plug all your
Yeah, how can they
websites
find
and-
you?
Yeah, man. So Shutter_Styles on IG. Shutter-Styles.com is my website. That's the main two I use. Look out for me on those. I also shoot for 904 Happy Hour in Jacksonville. That's at 904 Happy Hour, all one word. Check out 904 Pop-Up in Jacksonville. Do a lot of work for them. So I'm pretty much all over in the city of Jacksonville. You probably know me, as Shutter Styles. I've been in that game for a minute, So, yeah.
Shout out.
Oh. So Kendall, dude, we're gonna move over to you with Wired Access and all your fun stuff. You got a lot going on, bro. You're probably the busiest dude I know. I mean, you got the lawn company, you got the Wired Access, you got all the sports stuff. Like I look at all the shit that you do, bro, and I'm like, nah. I ain't got time for that in my life, man.
Hey man, real talk. I'm gonna second that because as we all know, what I'm saying, us here, Kendall was my DJ in my wedding. What I'm saying, and monster job, bro. I gotta give you guys for that. I mean, for a man who
Dude, this
juggles
dude
and
had me
balances.
in his wedding and a DJ.
Yeah, he was the
man.
DJ. He announced this.
Don't
so, I mean,
recommend it.
Ah.
But he put
Hey,
in the
here
work.
comes
and he-
Kendall.
Yeah, he did the work. And he multitasked, and it was a great
It's what I tell people though. Listen, a wedding is only as good as your wedding party wants it to be. If they are interactive and involved, your crowd's involved because they want to be a part of that group. So when I'm behind the mixer and I can't be out on the floor like I should be as a part of the group, that's the only part.
I
That
know I
sucks.
questioned it.
I just had someone have me do the best man part and that, and I wanted to throw up. Because like there's so much pressure. Like when I mean, weddings are very delicate, like moments, timing, mixes. And I'm a consistent mixer. I do not play mixes unless it's like dinner or something like that. Everything else is live. Boom, boom, hitting the tracks. And then I got to go make a speech as a best man. And then I got to, like, that is a lot of pressure on one person. I couldn't imagine doing photography and trying to be in a wedding. Has that ever been asked of you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Probably
How
more
about,
than one.
photography and videography?
Oh.
It's like you got the gimbal on one hand with the camera in the other and shit, and you're trying to put on for your people, and it's like I'm trying to turn up with you guys.
It's funny that Matt brought this together. Like, I know my wife said, "Oh, you're gonna be gone for 4 hours," but I need you next year. My daughter's getting married. We originally asked someone to do it. He's going through some things, and he said weddings just aren't his anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But my daughter's getting married next year, and I would like you to be the photographer and the videographer if you could.
Oh, appreciate that.
Oh,
Yeah,
plug.
I'll
There we
make
go.
sure
Shout
that's-
out.
Yes, sir.
No, but dead serious. I mean, my wife was asking if I knew someone else, and of course, like mine and Nuts and Bolts connection is all stereo. That's all that we've really ever hipped up on because that's what I did. And
Yep.
this dude was down in Florida, wanted me to create him a box for his CRV.
No,
No, wasn't it? Or the truck? The
I had
truck.
I
Yeah,
had a
'cause it was under
Mercedes
the
ML,
seat.
and it's like I got these 215 matte subs. I'm gonna throw in the back of this.
It was a
Fuck it.
CRV, yeah.
No, it was a Mercedes ML.
Oh, ML.
SUV. So
Kevin's
he
like-
filled up the entire trunk with this.
It was a
spec-out
Mercedes
box.
and not a peasant.
My bad.
I don't do Honda. No Honda for
I don't do Honda.
No Honda for me.
No,
I remember those days, man. I was
Man,
But this
Kendall.
was just recently because he brought it. He was down in Florida. And I ain't messing around with box or measures or nothing wild. I'm like, I like this. I'm gonna take this
Man,
task.
he had that kick in, man. I was in the parking lot at my job. My plant manager comes out. Man, you're shaking the windows in the bathroom and shit. Thank you.
That's
what I was
exactly
like,
what I
"Oh,
intended.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Kevin just sent me some specs from my Yukon, bro. I still got to put it together.
Y'all got windows in your bathroom?
Windows.
Oh, shit.
Dude, that's like in the building. Man. All buildings. Not windows. Sorry, mirrors.
I'm like,
There we go.
hold on though. Speaking of windows at a bathroom, I don't know if you've ever been to Boston, but we took that trip this last year. We went to Maine and drove down to Boston. Under the Green Mountain or Green Giant is a bar, if you didn't know. The cool thing about the bar is it's right at center field, and you can look out. They have like a gate where you can look out on the field as they're warming up. The guys, if you go to the pisser, you walk up a couple stairs, you stand, you're going to the bathroom. There's plexiglass right here, so you can still see out on the field while you're pissing. I swear to God. I took a picture. It's on my stuff. That's absurd. I had to say it.
I feel like, they got the TVs in the stadium in the hallways and the
Yeah.
walkways and stuff. I feel like they should put them in the bathroom.
Yeah. I mean,
Nobody
if you're
wants to
hanging
leave a
out,
game.
I'm in and out, bro.
Like, it was
I'm
really
like,
hard.
You know how many people be up on that window? Just
But anyways, man, I appreciate the shout out last first episode by Rich. So for that, Mr. Rich, you're a hat guy. You get a nice fresh hat delivery.
Come on. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Now,
Throw this on.
I don't know if Kevin can wear this, but I hope so. It's an extra large.
Oh, he's like an extra
100%.
large
Yeah.
size. Look at it.
yes, sir.
With a Wired Access shirt.
No.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the support from the brothers, and for your shout out. Wired Access, obviously, I came from the radio. I did a contest, turned it into a radio show, got snake, whatever it is, what it is. Did a hard year by myself of thinking. I took a year off, like just hard thinking. Is this what I want to do? Can I pursue it? And then this guy that I knew, he's like, hey, I got this equipment you want to record. You're the talker, I'm not. So we got the roadie equipment. Recorded 15 episodes, but it was at a batting facility. So in the background, you hear ding, ding,
Indoor batting cages.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'm a perfectionist. You know what I mean? I'm a sound guy. When you're a sound guy and you hear that in the background, you're like, man, this isn't that good.
Sounds annoying.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
annoying, but the messages are good. And for me, when it comes to sports, it's about the journey more than it is about how many home runs someone can hit. That's all over your ESPN and all of that stuff. So I wanted the journey that these people had to go through. So I did 15 episodes and try to release it every Saturday. And then I got into the lawn season like I am now, and it just got hard. When you have to produce, when you have to put it all together, it just got hard. Took off that summer, presented it in the winter to Hurrdat Sports. They were just up and coming. And they signed me to a 48-episode contract last year, doing another one this year for them. And I've just seen it grow. It just keeps you connected with the sports that you love, covering the journeys of some of these kids. I think is more important. Like everybody wants to talk about, how they make it to the big leagues, but they don't want to talk about the stuff that they missed out on, the stuff they had to cancel on. Like the real hard part, and not everybody has that gene in them. I mean, that's why I fall short every so often, because you could get so good and then you're like, well, so then how do you challenge yourself? So that's what I really like about this. DJing is DJing. I've been doing it for 10 years, man. Sports DJing, just kind of like even with the photography. And when you're amongst sports, man, it's a whole different ballgame. I don't have to worry about everybody dancing on the dance floor. My goal is to catch different people vibing and going, man, I ain't heard that in a minute. And start. But the feelings and emotions that you play with in sports is crazy. People have no idea. They're like, why did you play that one song? And I was like, because the girls were in a timeout, and I want them to listen to the coach. I don't want them thinking about what I'm playing. But as soon as they're about to get on that court, all of a sudden, whoop, turn the volume and ramp it up, and all of a sudden now they start getting hyped. So many comebacks just from one quick of a turn of emotions. Yeah. It's just crazy what music. Lawn service 7 years, man. Just being an entrepreneur, man, it's hard. It's stressful. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I was sitting here billing while we're waiting for everybody to get here.
Yeah. Well, shout out to lawn service.
KK Family Lawn Service. We service a lot of the Omaha, Papillion, La Vista area, Bellevue. It just depends. But pricing is what pricing is, man. And if you don't, if my price is too high for you, I understand, and I'm okay with that. I think that's probably the biggest thing that will change someone is when you can finally go, if we ain't on the same page, it's okay. You're just not the customer for me.
Facts.
I think even for photography,
Yeah,
you got to respect how many years this dude's put in, the equipment he has.
Because that's what you're paying for.
Yeah, you're paying for the experience and equipment. And that's like with weddings. I hate to say it. If you're looking for a $500 DJ, I'm not saying you can't find a good one. I'll never diss anybody that charges that. But I wouldn't charge myself for a wedding for $500. That's a kick in everywhere.
Yeah.
For someone that's constantly mixing and is all about the feelings. And I also bring my wife. She wanted to get a second job. I said, no, you could just be my assistant. So then all I got to do is worry about DJ.
Right. And shout out to Miss K-Dub, because she was a part of my wedding too.
So I appreciate the shout out last week, but this is what it's about, man. It's just getting together. Even for my show, like I went from the radio where we were kind of scripted, but not really. We're scripted and we knew what we were kind of doing for topics, but then you also had to produce from it instead of just having a topic and see where it takes you. Like I like the journey that we could go on where we go way off topic and then whoop right back on. And that's what I like about even my interviews. Is just the fact of they're like, what should I be thinking of? I don't want you to think of nothing. I want you to come in and just
be yourself.
Voice.
Let it roll.
Yourself.
Whatever happens.
Bro, and I have really enjoyed watching your interviews. Like, you've seen the way that you bring that story out of these kids. Like, it has been really cool to see that. And again, I couldn't spend as much fucking time watching all these games like you do, dude. Like, the time that you have dedicated being at the games and meeting these kids and all that shit, dude, it is impressive.
I just, my kids are growing up. They're done with sports. I love sports.
Getting married.
Yeah, getting married. That stuff's hard. But they've all made it through high school with no kids, so they've accomplished more than us.
Amen.
That's all that I ask. That's all that I ask. And they're all going to be doing better than me, and that's all that matters.
And that's really the ultimate goal as a parent, is just trying to set them up for life and some kind of success and to be better than we were.
But it takes having someone that can support you. I mean, I can't do enough without my wife. I just can't.
Yeah.
There's bills wouldn't be paid, food on the table. But when you get 4 kids, here's the best thing: if you paid for select sports, and then you stop paying for select sports, that's a lot of extra money in your bag. So when you're asking why Kendall's traveling, that's why Kendall's traveling. Because I went from 4 kids, a lot of select sports, to my hustle didn't stop. Just having to pay out for that stuff. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, older kids are expensive.
Yeah.
Weddings, when you have 3 daughters. Boom!
Oh.
So, and I appreciate the hat. I ended up as soon as
I got 2.
Big Mac threw out the merch, I had to go and get the hat, because that's I'm a hat guy.
You were the first guy.
Definitely
you were the first guy to get the merch store,
That's the
bro.
way you
Yeah, he sent me the memo and they said, "Hey, Dub just bought some stuff." And I was like,
Man,
"Man."
every time I talk to Rich, I'm like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "I'm gonna get a shirt." He's like, I'm like, "Man, it costs money and all that." He's like, "I know it's."
And I appreciate people that are
I'm
bought
deflected.
I got a website with everything. I mean, I got this bag. I got a bomber jacket. That one's real hot. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't. The white is kind of off. I mean, because I'm running around. I wish I had pure black, because when you're running around at things that mark it up, it just sucks. So, but thanks again for having me on, and that's why we were on. Right.
Thanks for taking the time to come on.
That's why we needed to be on, because I
Real.
needed to hook up with Kevin again.
Yeah. Well, I was like, Kevin's in town. He's coming to the studio. I don't know if we're gonna record, but if we do, you might want to be here. Same speech to Rich too.
That's what he says. Hey man, just to give you a little FYI, he said, "I'm laying on the couch. I'm being an old man. I'm the joints and stuff hurting and stuff, and trying to recoup from the gym sessions." And he's like, "Hey man, Kevin's gonna be in town, bro, and I just know I don't want you to get mad if we do anything and you're not there. And I said, shit. Yeah, we're gonna be through, man. I said I got some to handle today, and I got to do some spring cleaning. I said, but I'll be out there. So yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of sacrifices, and sacrifices will get you further in life. So
yeah, definitely appreciate all of y'all coming out, man. It's like, you know, I can tell my age because I'm hitting people up and stuff like that. They're like, I got some lawn work to do. Like, come on,
I mowed the
don't be
grass
that dude,
yesterday.
man. Come on,
Yeah, we live out in the country, dude. We mow like 3 times a year.
bro. I'm in Florida, man. It rains like constantly, so it's
Man,
like
Florida's a
twice
different heat, brother.
week. Yeah, man.
that's a different.
lawn service
Yeah.
is banging in Florida. Bro. I'm
Hey,
saying.
my wife already said we haven't been to Jacksonville. I'm like, I mean, that's the best part about what I do, and my wife. My wife, she's all on computer.
Yeah.
She'll come in the office only because she has an appointment right across the street. If she doesn't have that, she at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me, mowing lawns, and I'll go anywhere and start anything. I mean, all it takes is one lawn to start.
Right.
You know, I mean, I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you're not self-promoting yourself, no matter what you do, and that's why you always see me geared up everywhere I go.
Every day, dude.
Everywhere I go, I'm selling myself because your next customer could be right there. And I do this much advertising, $0 on advertising.
Right.
Because I feel my hustle and my game is harder than my dollar that I spend on advertising.
Oh yeah. Bro,
I like
you
that.
you
I like
you
that. I like that.
I'm telling you, man, you hustle out there every day. I ain't got nothing to say
I watch
bad
it all
about
the
your
time.
hustle, sir.
But
All
just
accolades.
remember, though, it does come at a cost. And obviously, my kids are older, so it's different. So, like, they're all doing their own thing. And it does come at a cost to even my own wife, where she, like, this was going to be our time, you know, but she gave it up. And like I even told her, I mean, this is why God put me here. I needed this. Besides the brothers, I needed that. Just being honest.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
And I appreciate the invite.
There's about 50% of us or better that have, you know, wives to thank for letting us be here in a small way. I mean, shit. If it wasn't for the wife's approval, would any of this be happening?
Absolutely not.
I mean,
That's,
let's be real.
right.
I could be that asshole that was like,
here.
"Oh, we're doing it," but she's been, you know, she's let me. Not that she let me come here every day, but you know, it ain't. We ain't had problems about it, and you know, she understands we ain't making a damn. Okay, I made $12, but we will. Like I'll
But it's the
make that
message.
will.
It's the message
you know.
that you promote that may touch somebody that needs to hear it.
Yeah,
Whether
That's
it's
what
just
all about.
locally,
That's-
you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we connected to Florida. Somebody will hear it, and then you know what I'm saying. It opens up different avenues.
no, and you know, it's always been about trying to down the road get to where we're helping people with their, you know, mental health, having that talk, and you know, just trying to save somebody in a way that we could have used ourselves.
Well, I'm glad that you're bringing that up. And you said that you watched some of my videos, my things. As a parent, how do you feel? Does that give you an idea of what these athletes really need to do to get them to where the kids hope they want to be the next Jordan or be the next LeBron?
It's, hey man, it's scary how these kids' heads work. Like
Yeah.
they can, things that you think they're happy and positive about, man, they can be totally different. I mean, totally backwards from
Yeah.
where you think they're at. And they're hard to read, dude. Gage is 14, and man, he just wants to sit in his room and play games with his homies. And you're like, I would like to see you, you know, more than an hour for the weekend that you're here.
Yeah.
You know, that's been rough, but like you can't tell where his head's at, you know. And it's, are you okay? And what, you don't get a response. Yeah, I'm good. Just playing games.
They
And
don't want to talk about that either.
yeah, and you're like, fuck, man, are you hurting? Like, I want to know if you are.
It's like,
And-
how do I open up my kid? It's 13. It's the same
yeah.
thing. It's like,
yeah, you and dude, you're kind of going through your thing, and your kid's going through his, and like, I can't imagine what he's going through or what you are trying to have that conversation, because you
It's
know,
frustrating,
I'm sure
but
you know he needs
I'd be
it.
remiss if I didn't try.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that there's a part of you that know he needs it, and
Yeah.
you know, we all need, when we're really in the dark place and struggling, we all need at least one person to reach back for us and see what's up. You know, and that can change everything. I mean, for just somebody getting you out the house every now and then, and making the effort to stop by and bust your balls a little bit about get up and fucking do something, and it just, I don't know, man. Trying to give them something to push forward for, or make them realize or see, what they are doing
The
or
potential.
missing, or you gotta re-engage, bro, and because in our kids, man, they see it, whether we want them to or not, but it affects them too. They don't know what the hell you're doing, because they're still figuring themselves out, and we're all train wrecks.
I'm still trying to figure out myself at 21.
Yeah, so it's just finding a way to help people and be, I don't know, positive. Be that, I don't know.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Ear to talk to and shit.
Well, and do good for each other, and if helping the people that are hurting, man, and not expecting something to come back, but just doing it out of natural for your human being, friend, brother, whatever. We all need to find a way to be better for each other. Bro, I still stop on the side of the highway 98% of the time, unless I got the kid, the little kids in the car. I'll stop and see what's up. Hey man, you need help or to get down the road or whatever. I don't see nobody stopping, and nobody stops for me. I gotta call somebody. You know what I mean? Especially being a big ass dude, and I look like I'm ready to rob somebody half the time. I had to shave the beard to look a little less Robbie as it is.
Little less
see,
Robbie.
that's just it, dude. People don't expect it either. So like, I'm a dude that holds open the door no matter what. Like,
Oh yeah,
the thank yous aren't there. I remember one time my son went to open the door for my wife because he's seen the example that I presented to him. And this lady actually had the nerve to say, "I can't believe your son does that for you."
What?
My wife's like, "Well, the good thing is he's just representing what his dad does. Have a good night." But that's the way this world is. They don't want that.
My thing is why is it any of your fucking business?
You got that right. You got that right.
That's the Karen card,
Oh,
man. They got a
that's
that's
right.
a Karen card.
Popcare.com.
We
Yeah.
was kind of talking about this earlier. Like, the world has become, you can't really punch a person in the face and be cool, but like that taking that aspect out of life, people will just say whatever they want to you.
Yeah.
Because there's no repercussion. There could be a repercussion, but you're probably going to jail
A
for that.
severe consequence.
And they know that, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Take advantage.
why you got to interject yourself into my life, and why are you judging anything in my life? Like, we want to try to hook up.
Hey, they call it's just like online. They call them keyboard warriors. I had a dude that high school players, they don't get to pick or choose their stuff. They get their rankings from people like
Yeah.
you or I, right? That just think they know a little something. The dude I just interviewed, Jacob Perot, had gotten a 4-star for offensive line. This dude's only been playing since his junior year. Like, he really hasn't been playing. Kind of like a Sue style in that fashion, right? Never
Alright.
played until junior. All of a sudden, dude on the Twitter's calling him out. I can't believe someone gave him a 4-star and even tags his name in that. I'm like, dude, how would you tag the person that gave him that ranking? Don't call out a dude for his play. He's not the one giving
It
himself
speaks for itself.
but he felt good because he did it. He did it to a kid, right? You feel great because you just told a 17-year-old he ain't a 4-star.
He earned that 4-star.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He
And if
earned
he
it.
did, it's that guy that gave it to him, right? And that's the only guy you should ever talk to about his ranking. You shouldn't call out a kid on the internet. Get
No.
the hell out of here.
Like, why
with
you
that.
want to bring the kid down? First of all,
Yeah.
this,
It's not
I don't deal with the keyboard warrior shit. First of all,
I stay quiet.
I don't type fast enough.
I
I don't
the truth
punctuate.
came out.
I don't punctuate for shit. So I
Grammarly is amazing.
So,
That's
like,
all I'm
I
gonna
just-
say.
I just add all kinds of bullets to their fire trying to keyboard warrior. So I just try to avoid the online arguments. I'll get mad and I'll Google you and come to your house. Like, So we'll avoid that. We'll let you keyboard warrior it up, and I'm gonna sit
Here's
over here.
Matt. I'm gonna take that receipt. Stick it in Matt. That's a receipt.
And I still got your
Hey,
address from
hey,
later.
there was a guy who called out the Papillion Public Schools for getting new baseball fields. They finally got turf.
Okay.
Some guy goes, yeah, our tax money could have went somewhere else. I go, well, there's always one guy on a post that has that saying. Everywhere else is doing it, but I guess we didn't vote on this, right? Like, it was something that was voted in. It wasn't like it was just, oh, we're going to go spend money. So now you're mad because the kids got a new baseball field. Oh, poor as you. Don't get me wrong. I do get that we can spend tax money on things. I do get that. This is something that was voted. Why do you got to put your 2 cents on a school's website? Karen? This was a Peter.
Probably a fire chief.
That's a
He was a Peter. I'm going to call him a Peter. That way you can call him a different name on the other line.
Well, look here, Peter. Do you want them playing baseball on the field or doing burnouts on a dirt bike in your driveway?
Exactly. Like,
I feel like the field is a decent investment to keep the kids out of your yard. You know, like, because that's what the guy that you are at this point.
yeah. It's that stuff, man. I just don't get it. Where do you get your rocks off, man?
Some
More receipts for Matt.
some people are interesting. Yep, I'll send your information to somebody else to get me information. We'll take a road trip. I drive for a living.
I'm changing Matt's name today. It's not Cat
Hey, that was a plug for Amazon. You need drivers?
Get that subscription.
Right. Yeah. So your interviews kill it, dude. Keep up with that shit. Keep the kids motivated. Stay in them streets, dude. It shows how much play you're getting, and
Oh, it does.
yeah, dude. In all your videos, I don't know. You showed us the video earlier for the Omaha beef, and that shit was live, dude.
Yes.
It was.
Hey, you
did a
never
great
know
job.
what one video could get you.
Yeah.
It's true. It's usually how it works.
Someone
Get you
in
a
the right
contract
eyes.
signed.
Gets me come up, double up.
Yeah.
Rolling the dice every time you do it, man. Though it's rolling the dice.
Yeah. And you're pushing snow in the winter still?
Not up in here.
Yeah,
Not in Omaha.
We
Maybe
just
twice, man.
Table salt shaker out
Yeah,
the
get
driveway.
out of here with that, man. I got salt still in the back of my truck. I gotta get out.
I did see
From
the
last
sprayer
year?
back there.
Yeah,
Well, it ain't that far.
yeah, it ain't that far.
We just got ice a month ago.
Yeah.
So
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
We had too much sunshine last
All
week.
right. We're over here saying, what's that?
All right.
Oh yeah. Well, we got a couple news stories that we had kind of pulled up here just to give us something to giggle about. And this first one is actually kind of scary. I had one of these earlier this year, but we got a earthquake during a vasectomy, bro. Could you imagine being under the knife?
Hey, I asked for a 2-for-1 special when I got mine because I had a homeboy that wanted to get his. I'm like, can you give us a 2-for-1 special?
And it's
Is
kind
there
of
a coupon?
it's kind of funny. When I got mine, all of a sudden everybody's
Can I
like,
get a
"Well, who'd
BOGO?"
you use for a doctor? Can I get that info?" We could have package deal this gone in like
3D.
yeah.
It's amazing that happened after the fact, right?
Hey, doc, there's 5 of us. We want
We want to go bang, bang,
You know,
bang, bang.
well, your homeboys want you to jump off the bridge before they're gonna jump off the bridge too. You know, like, hey, was it cool? Like, did it hurt? Like, you know, everybody wants to know how much it hurt before they schedule theirs. I mean, it was a little pinch. Like, I spent a couple days hanging out, but
You seriously feel it up here, though. I don't care what anybody
nah,
says.
I was really there. I was good.
I had a friend that told me, he's like, oh, Rich, you should get it done. It's the best investment I've ever made. I said,
I don't know that I was going to get orgasmic
That's
about
what-
it.
Oh, hold on, dog. What you mean it's the best? Oh, man, it's great stuff. Hey, man, I don't want nobody next to my shit right now, man. I was young at the time, so.
Who's this the little guy then?
Nah, man, that's little over here, brother.
I was young. So anyway, vasectomy, earthquake, and the doctor starts joking about it. I'm not gonna play about my earthquake vasectomy You ain't joking about that shit. Oh, yeah. Shut your mouth.
As his hand
And
goes,
look at this
Like,
dude.
yeah. I'm the steadiest hand in the.
steady his hand in the earth.
Hell no.
He's not been on the
In
follow-up
earthquake.
visit.
That'd be like Danny for his delay.
Oh,
I'm just gonna cut you here, bud.
oh,
Oh,
what you mean? Oh,
Earth shakes. Hell no.
I can only imagine his marketing campaign after that.
Yep, I have it.
Doesn't
Rob,
matter.
the second one down there. You see that?
Rain, sleet, snow, earthquake.
Even in
I
the
got
right,
you,
we do
bro.
it all. We cut it all.
So somebody's been hit by a porch pirate before. Anybody? Lost a package, an Amazon package to a porch pirate.
From the driver.
Happens all the time in New
itself.
York.
Oh, you said the driver. You ain't
My
never
driver
had
will
nobody
take it to the other house.
You ain't never.
Yeah.
Oh, see, man, you gotta mind those to the neighbors sometimes. Do you ever have somebody like sneak up and steal your shit and run off?
Oh, no, I wish they would.
Man, but you. I know you've seen
I'm just
videos.
waiting for that.
I've seen the
day
video.
at my
I know you've
age.
seen videos. Yep. This dude right here bundled himself up in a trash bag, squatted all the way down.
shit.
Look right here. They got a video.
Play the video.
Squatted all the way down
And it's just
inside the
like-
bag and
No way.
waddled up to the
No,
porch
he
top
did.
to steal the fucking package. Oh, we got
Wait,
commercials.
he got caught on recam?
Yeah, dog.
I just see one they
It's
had
got-
somebody dress up. Yeah, somebody dressed up in the highway road dividers, the big orange cones.
Yeah.
Oh,
Had one of those, walked up to it, squatted, and then the package gone out. So yeah, it's become the big trend now. They're trying to improvise. It's like, I see you moving in the bag, bro.
Bro, well, I mean, the neighbors not.
You know, I've done seen it.
It's not every day you see a cone walk away. You know what I'm saying? Come on, maybe a bag of tumble, but a cone, a street cone.
So look, yo, look.
The black drag bag got some white crocs. Come on,
Oversized white crocs.
No, hey, he got
Those are
White
just some
crocs,
slides,
no
bro.
socks.
he got white crocs and he got a trash.
White
bag.
crocs, no socks.
you gotta give it up to the creativeness.
Yo,
Yeah,
You
right.
gotta give it up to the creative.
but what happened to a ski mask, dog?
Oh.
Like you couldn't even put a ski mask on. You had to put a trash bag. I mean, I guess the
Yeah.
neighbors see you, you can like, oh, freeze.
But that only works in movies.
Well, hold on.
Kind of like Monsters Inc. Scary Pete, scary Pete, scary Pete.
Did they catch the guy though?
I mean, I don't. How you gonna?
I mean, did he get
Let me
away with it?
identify him through the bag.
Who was the
I
one
recognize
that
a
bought
big
the
toe.
white Crocs?
Anywhere.
You had white crocs and no socks.
So all of a sudden, we have FBI searching at all the Croc stores, seeing who bought the most recent white. Because those were white. You could tell those were brand new.
And they got this. Yep, he just. God.
Those are too white. Those are brand new. So we got to go find out who did
Bro,
that.
Searching every
I don't
OnlyFans
know.
He
foot
gobbled
account
that up.
to see we got some matching toes.
Under the bag and all.
They match his toenail polishes.
Searching every OnlyFans account, watching for feet. Let me see if we got a match. Oh.
They're gonna run all the matches with Feet Finder.
For real.
My
Rich
man
is
just
gonna
smelled
solve
like
this by
I can't wait
3:30
to shut
today.
Hey, I am an advocate for pretty toes, not some ugly toes out. I can't do that.
Bro, I can't do feet.
Yeah, that was the funniest
Oh,
conversation I ever had with you too.
I don't play
What's
with
that?
The funniest conversation, yeah. Oh man.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
Some shit.
All right, all right. While we
That's
got it, let me get your personal. Your wife comes to you and says she wants to do a feet OnlyFans. What would you say?
Go for it.
I mean, I'm alright with some feet shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eric.
I don't know. I'm one of those guys that I'm very traditional at heart. So
Okay,
I'll say no.
I'll get on that.
Maybe.
Kev,
I don't know.
nuts and bolts. What you got?
All right, so my wife is pretty popular on YouTube. And she's got an extensive channel, a couple million views on there or whatnot. So she had one dude reach out to her and was like, I'll give you 3 bands if you step on a pile of snails with your foot. Record it, send it to me. And she was like, "What you think about that?" I said, "Man, if you don't get that bag for it's your foot." No, I ain't stepping on snails. It's like, fuck it, record my foot. I'll step on
Is that a hairy
Paint my
big toe?
toenails
Is that a
too.
very
Fuck it.
big toe one?
I'll shit it with my
I missed my wax section.
This is before the pedicure.
All
let her get
Did
money,
you
let her
get
get
the
back.
Get the
advance?
money. Yeah, get the money.
Rick,
Go for it, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's just some feet.
Yeah, it's
Rob, what you think?
Man, that's weird shit.
Okay, I'm with Rob. Now listen,
like,
because I am with Kevin. I understand the money aspect, but if you're willing to do $3,000 for that, okay, now what if they up it to let me do this?
I'm all for the snake
No.
though.
I'm not saying that my wife wouldn't be committed to only do feet, but money could do crazy things to where you're like,
Facts. Those are
I
facts.
can't
Those are
convince
facts.
you to do
and
that.
especially I don't share my wife, and you already know I don't share my wife.
That I do know.
So that's where it's hard for me. Money doesn't win me over like that when it's the fact of right now we're talking feet. But what are we talking about when that money gets to I got $50,000 for you?
Nah, that's the boundaries, bro.
It is boundaries.
The morals.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
right.
morals and boundaries that we all
Boundaries,
can talk until someone is offering you that money.
And as long as that dialect is open, as long as that channel of communication is open, I don't
But
see
I'm
a
just
problem.
saying it's all good until
Hey,
someone offers you that
I just
money.
got offered $100,000 to do
Right.
X, Y, and Z. Well, obviously that's a boundary. You shouldn't even bring it up. But no, you brought it up. Thank you for the respect. And obviously, we're not going to commit to that. 100 bands are not. You know what I'm saying? And that's like you said with the commitment. When you got a good partner by your side, that's cool. If you don't have a good partner, all that shit, yeah, is out of the question.
She's getting 100 racks and she's not telling you, and she's moving out next week. That's what's happening.
You
Or
can
you take
afford
half.
you can sell some feet pictures to get the divorce and shit.
You know? I mean, I don't
It
know.
works itself out.
It's all water under the bridge at that time.
Hell no, I don't fuck with feet at all. Them shits is gross. I don't understand that shit. Well, no, okay.
I'm not gonna say
You
something-
stepped the
I'm gonna
dog
go-
shit yesterday. I mean, if he wants that, hey,
Yo, so weird shit. Jen was selling some of her breast milk because we was overfilling the freezer and shit. Let me tell you, the weirdos come out the woodwork, bro.
no, that's
Oh,
100% Cambodian.
Bro.
Exclusive.
But homeboy's like, oh yeah, I use it for working out and all the health benefits and shit. He wants to buy a bunch of this shit, like a couple $100 worth of milk. I'm all right, I'll go with you, whatever. This dude got out the truck looking like Pugsley out the Addams Family, like let me drink the milk right here. I'm like, bro, you ain't drinking that shit. You're gonna go home and like shower in it or something.
But he bought $100.
Hey, but you sold it.
Yo, he bought a clothes basket full of frozen milk
You
bags.
serious?
Straight up,
Yeah.
couple $100.
That's big shit. Like, I mean, yeah, people.
Freaks come out at night. Whoa,
Right.
Freaks come out
It
at
wasn't
night.
nighttime.
Ah,
Yeah, that's, I mean, it sucks.
there was
It's
also
really sucks.
some mothers who weren't producing enough buying it too.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but the notable shit is the weird fucking Pugsley dude trying to buy a basket full of this shit. I want to take a bath.
Yep.
I gotta give it all to Winston.
Right? Ugh. Yo, okay, so the escaped racehorse. Could you imagine being drunk as hell downtown? I know we ain't got a subway, but rail
You have a
car.
rail
We're
car?
working on the rail car. We're working on the rail car. So you're chilling in the downtown,
Oh,
waiting on the
no.
rail car,
No.
and just horse just rolls up, stands next to you, like waiting for the train, like just drunk.
It's got some bougie.
You've been
blanket on
drinking,
it.
or you burned a couple down with a buddy, and just horse just trots up next to you. It's like, let me wait for the train, bro. I don't know.
Looks pretty friendly though.
Hey, he just looks like somebody in New York right now waiting for the train, just chilling. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
like-
man, hey, this shit is running
That's
like
just
5 minutes
normal.
behind.
That's just normal. isn't it?
For real.
Is this the C7 train? It should be
Right?
on time, right? I would shit my pants.
Yes.
Might actually fucking try to write it if I was drunk enough. Let's go, Tonto.
Knowing you touch it right where it kicks you. The back kick.
Oh, is that what you think? That's not what I was thinking.
Or here's Matt. How did it get so big?
Oh, no Diddy.
Horse did he?
Especially if he's drunk, dude. That's
It
for
started
sure,
out.
man.
Can you
That's
imagine being
going,
drunk?
God damn.
Right. Oh hell no.
Jed, is this the
Man, look at the lady. She's like pinned up against the wall, like, oh, this horse.
No.
Yeah, you don't see horses on a train
And this,
platform, bro.
this picture
No.
down here,
It's
Not
not
there.
normal.
No, not it.
there's a person
In the
there.
end,
There's one dude in this other picture.
I might try
Like
to
he's
ride
like
a horse.
he's like looks like he's standing behind a pole back there.
He's used to that shit. I see this all the time.
I've had enough.
Oh, that's just Stan. He's just here
Yeah,
to get the
yeah.
next ride.
He usually
He
works
already
for
has a
Trent
name
this
and
time.
everything.
Okay, so this was New South Wales. It's
Oh, so
so yeah. So I mean, you
anything can happen across the United world.
could have been a donkey.
It wouldn't make the news if it was New York, so that happens every day.
Exactly.
A horse in the train station?
Well, recently they had a goat on the train.
Bro,
That seems more realistic. Goats or chickens. I can see that
Yeah, with the
in New York.
the butcher shops around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, I can see that shit.
There's a lot of crazy stuff in New York.
Yeah.
On the trains.
Oh yeah, good times. But what else we got on the news there, Robbie? Jesus, I read that wrong. Oh, cancer patient.
Where?
Right there, yep.
Hey, wouldn't we be bad if we didn't mention? I mean, O.J. Simpson,
He did.
on a
He's gone.
76,
The
cancer.
juice. I was hoping
and now
he
his
was-
estate is trying to fight the payouts to the Brown and Goldman family.
I was hoping dude confessed on his way out or something. They're like, yeah, I fucking did it.
Speaking of that,
I got away with it.
Rose sends
Gotcha,
out a
bitch.
message,
I
and
know
it
what you're
says
saying.
that.
Man.
It says OJ says on his deathbed, and you click on it. You don't want to click on it because it's big Esther just sitting there on the side of the bed. We'll let you
Chilling.
think of the
Esther
rest.
has done it. That dude, I wanted that Santa shirt with like Santa in that like sitting position, just dangling. You know what I'm saying? And been like, "Yeah, happy Santa's coming."
But yeah, dude, he's they're trying to prevent the payout of $33.5 million.
I can see wanting to save that money.
How's he still on? Because of his
Well,
estate.
yeah, like they sued as a criminal or
The civil
Civil shit.
case, yeah.
I figured he would have all that cleared up by now.
this.
Well, that's the perks of having money, man.
I
You
swore I
can
watched
prolong
that
something.
Bronco down I whatever in California when I was like 12.
Bro, that's the perks of having money. You prolong it.
So this story,
It's cheaper to pay lawyers and prolong it than they
it is. This story pisses me off. This is the world that we live in here. Cancer patient asked to come back to work. Like, bro,
asking if they're fit, basically fit to work. Obviously,
like, hey,
this is in Ireland.
I don't know. Stage
yeah,
4
can
cancer?
you, yeah, you got stage 4 cancer. Can you come back to work?
Here's the
Oh, we
text
know
message.
we know you're busy dying and trying to fix yourself, but I'm gonna need you to come in here today. Like,
Yeah, that's a.
now the shitty thing is her health insurance is linked to the company. So if she does stop going to work, she loses her health coverage. And now
I get it. Now.
this is something in the world that I feel like we need to fucking figure out.
I'll tell you, it's a lot bigger problem than
Oh, what,
you really
health
think it is. I
insurance?
bet.
I bet it
That
is.
FMLA, man, that manager should have got fired for that. Just in general, because she's protected by that. Whoever's
FMLA.
protected by
Yeah.
FMLA.
Bro, there ain't no job worth life.
Right.
Nothing.
Facts.
The most important thing in the one thing we can't buy in life is more time. It's the one invaluable thing that we actually have. You know what I mean? You can't put a label on that. We do every day with our jobs, and these people expect all this extra from us. You know what I mean? And put in your 60 hours and the overtimes that we're only, we're gonna tax the shit out of you anyway. I mean, you gotta find a way out of the system, out of the big fucking wheel, dude. Getting into your own small business, and I love the pop-up thing, dude. And I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna start the 402 pop-up, but it would be dope. I can't be that guy, but like somebody can. I'm sure it can be a thing. You know what I mean? And
100%.
shit, we got farmers markets. Why not? You know what I mean? Like,
Make it bigger.
yeah. Like I said, I'm not not really go put a bunch of people together, but I wish we had more ways to promote each other as small people. And that's, something I'm going to do on this page is get a list of, people that, meet our, you're not a shitty person. You're a good business person as far as you're not putting out shitty products or ripping people off, things like that. I'm going to have a list of people on my website of people you can go to. If you need a tow truck here in Omaha, we got a guy for that. Just try to, I don't know, man, help your buddies, promote your buddies in any way you can in the business too. I mean, doing that, anything we can to help each other for small businesses and friends. And like, we need more of that in our lives. Mm-hmm. It's not enough. Everybody's out for themselves, and it's old, man.
So I got a little story, since we're just talking about like news stories here and promoting small businesses. So I got a boy who started from a little food cart and stuff like that. Now he just recently got a food truck and upgraded to a food truck. Shout out to Supreme, Jack's, Best Cubans, Meatball Subs, banging. Anyways, so he's got his food truck going or whatnot, and he's got this one employee. I ain't gonna say no names or whatnot, but I mean, this guy is like ride or die for him, and it's like he gets the truck, he cleans up, he's on it like all day, and it's like, dude, where did you find this guy? Like, how did you meet him? Because it's like apples and oranges. Like, you're completely opposite. I don't know how y'all collabed and how y'all linked up or whatnot. So he brings up this news story, and he's like, just read this real quick. It's like, all right. So I'm reading this about this guy or whatnot, and he used to be a manager at, Domino's, right? Smaller area, Jacksonville or whatnot. And, as the manager, he noticed that his sales were going down in his store, and the competition was Papa John's up the street. So this cat, found it in himself to, that night, burn down that Papa John's to get rid of this competition. And was caught for it, to bring up the sales of the Domino's.
Did it work
And he
out?
was arrested. He got his mouth shot on there, and he was like, yo, that's a dedicated employee right now. I hired him as soon as he got out. That's my go-to man, and he goes hard for him. And it's like, all right,
You ain't nobody going
Well-
harder than that.
I'm taking out the competition.
exactly.
The thing is, it's just fine. I mean, like, I have the same, where I've worked, I've always had the same. When I was at BK, I ran the same one for 6 years. I had the same management, 95%. And we ain't making millions at no BK, but it was the atmosphere that you continuously set and you made. I would do some of the things that they didn't want to do. I would go do the fryers one day a week or one day a month just to show that guy how important that job was.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the same opener, and then my lawn company. I mean, I got the same 3 dudes have been for Ride or Die for a while, and with lawn company, it ain't like we out here paying a lot, but they also get to live out their dreams outside. One's an umpire, the other 2 are doing what they would like to do on their free time, and it's just like, you create the environment, and then it sells itself. I mean, the pictures on my Facebook a lot of times is the workers. I don't take those, man, because they have the same want and drive. And it's hard. You figure out some that don't, though. I mean, I'm not going to say all of my employees have had that. The ones that haven't are not here because it didn't work out for them and for us. It works out for the better. But it's finding those people that have the same goal. I always tell people, if you want to join the lawn team, you're more than welcome. But just know I'm not here paying $1 million because we're out here doing what we love. I'm paying good, but and it's a flexible job. Oh, you got something today? Okay, I guess we'll figure it out.
Let's go to
Day.
You want to get paid more? Burn down the competition.
And word of mouth, like people go, you're advertising. I had a personal cousin call me out because I shared someone else's power washer. Here's my problem with that. I'll share whoever I want when I want. If they're a homeboy of me and they have done work for me, I am promoting their stuff to the fullest. even if they have a lawn company. I promote other lawn companies. Why? There's enough customers, and either that's going to be your customers or not.
Yeah.
See, and like
Everybody.
you know, it's,
And even with the podcast, like you were talking to me a little bit about it, and I appreciate you doing exactly what I did the first year. The first year it was just me.
Yeah.
But now that you've gotten yourself established, you're like, all right, let's go off of ideas.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Because it's what makes it stronger.
bro, I was telling Rob, I was like, dude, I could hit Kendall up and find out what he's doing, what he's using, all that shit, but I want this on my own. I don't want to. Kendall built it for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to have that. I wanted my own shit, and that's why I didn't like. Hey man, tell me everything. Like I'm not trying to have it handed to me neither. I wanted to earn.
You wanted
my
to
own
earn
shit.
your bumps and
That's
bruises.
exactly
Cool,
what
you know
what
I'm
I've done and everything that I've done. Like,
And-
it feels better. It feels
It's
better.
like-
The
I think you
product-
mature faster and
learning
quicker
process.
with it too
Dude.
when you go through the ups and downs.
And Rob's been here every day with me, every day. Maybe one day he was sick in the last since February. February
Tell Rob
1st.
not to get sick. You ain't got no budget
I
on
mean,
that.
And he ain't making no money. He got he gets some free lunch out the deal. You know what I mean? But like, we just been in here having fun, dude.
Dude, I love it.
He's not working right now, and you know he
Could be.
he's a good job. Anybody watching this, Rob is handy with the computers.
Hey, get that handwork out of here.
Hey, man,
Rich.
you can always apply where I'm at. I mean, if you're an IT person, you know, I know they're trying to hire us. We need help in our IT. I'm not going to say where I'm working. I don't know.
No, we'll
I
talk.
can-
We
we
talk
talk- yeah,
later.
we talk later. But yeah, I know we hiring.
But I mean, just
No, it's
sitting here with Rob for the last couple months, dude, it's been the best time.
just chilling.
I mean, it's talking shit to each other and
Nothing I do is work. That's all I want to tell everybody. If you
Yeah.
think I'm out here working, it sucks to be you.
and the things that I've like my shortfalls as far as trying to figure out the computers and stuff like that is where he's like and got it right done, and he'll be
And then vice
struggling with
versa.
There's
something. and I'm like,
there's
hey,
no
bro,
keyboard or mouse big enough for those palms.
This is
okay?
true. This is true. That's
There's
why I got
no
those nice little
keyboard for
buttons.
that.
They're just big buttons here.
He's got those
Music.
TFers, those Twinkie fingers. Got the Twinkie fingers rolling.
Hell yeah, Andrew. He was always called them bear claws.
My
Hey,
bear
man.
claws, two at a time.
What you doing for breakfast, bro? You want to come in for a bear claw? Well, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. It's Rob and I's time together has been fun. Having all of you guys around here has been worth every fucking dollar that I spent here. I mean, just the time with everybody and the jokes, the stupid shit. And it has been a struggle. Rob and I sat here and bounced our heads around on the desk for days trying to get things to work right and different systems. And we wanted to record here, but it doesn't work with our mic system, or the cameras weren't working with her. It's just each system, and we finally found one that worked. It's just, but we weren't going to give up. Like,
keep finding those tools.
Trial and
when they're
error,
out there.
figure out what works, and you roll with it.
yep, and making our little merch designs and all that shit. It's been stupid, dude.
More to come.
Yeah,
More to come.
now it's just click, click, bang. I mean, editing out the shorts yesterday was just a couple minutes of. We maybe spent 2 hours, maybe 2 hours
For all of them, which
yeah,
is
for doing 4 or 5 of those.
yeah, I think we got 6 or 7, but yeah,
I think
4 or 5
with the
posted.
intro and stuff too. Yeah, it was. But taking the time learning it, I obviously learned more than having you come in here and just be like, yeah, bud.
Well, that's just because I
this
didn't. And
is fun.
also, I'm real with that stuff. I'm not one that everything, especially now, is all done. Like all I got to do is worry about the computer part. They're already doing the producing. There's a couple apps that I use for like shorts that just make it quick. They just tell me kind of where my content really is.
Yeah.
But even then, I still fall short. I mean, it's very time consuming. So like that's the one thing I always wanted to stress is if you think it's like having a second part, just like when we did stereos. That's like the only bad part is it's just like even when we did stereos, it's just now this has an opportunity to bring something back. So like every time that I'm able to bring money back, that to me is almost like kind of like being that line that goes out and gets that kill and brings a meal.
Yeah.
Because for me it's not huge every time, but every dollar counts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Sweet. Well, I mean, thanks everybody who showed up today and getting around. I know it was 10 o'clock whiskeys and you know, it's always fun.
It was nice.
I still gotta go home and do some spring cleaning, bro.
Yeah.
Come on now. I just had to dress just for the occasion. Now I gotta go back and get some dirty clothes, you know what I'm saying? Some boots, do some yard work. Take advantage of
that
how
roof
nice today's
down.
gonna be.
Yeah.
So with that yard work, you know,
We ain't not playing that. Oh yeah, I'm putting you to work, homie.
my back.
Yeah,
He doesn't have the right hat on.
There's a lot of things wrong with that hat.
Yeah.
I got
There's a
two
lot of
stories.
things
I
wrong
got two
with
stories
that.
for the hat. I got two stories for the hat, right?
All right, here we go.
Eric's got two licenses.
We got like 8 minutes left. Let's go.
The first story was I'm only wearing this hat because I don't want to do my hair, right? And I like beanies, so
He got that long flow.
Yeah,
Hey,
he got that
yeah,
Troy
yeah.
Polamalu.
There's a third
Yeah,
one.
He
Rich
didn't really
got it
like
as a
that,
gag
yeah.
gift and gave it to you.
yeah. No, I didn't give it to him. I took it from him.
You
I
done
said,
took
"Oh."
it, dog.
Hell yeah.
You done took it. Straight snatched
Take
it off
it.
your head.
Please take it. I didn't want it.
Take
I'm
it
a
back to
Giants fan.
Texas.
I don't wear that type of stuff.
I'm a
Like,
Giants
so what?
fan. I
I'm a
know we
Giants
doing
fan.
bad, but I'm a Giant.
It's
I
just a
represent
hat.
my Giants.
I need a sign to keep me warm in the winter. Anyways, the second story, right, was the
What's
Kia
the story?
incident with your wife's property that she manages. So there was a Kia that was sitting out back, and we wound up going checking it out. And I'm like, oh, that's funny, you know. Oh, is the key still in it? Nah, he's gone. The whole starter was gone.
Okay.
I like Kia boys instantly. So the cops get there, and Felicia goes, "They're gonna think you did it." I was like, "Why you say that?" Look at the back windshield. Cowboys on the back. I was like, "Oh my god!" So as I'm making the joke about it, the officer comes out literally like 5 minutes later, says the same thing. We thought you guys set it up because Cowboys. You got the Cowboys hat. I was like, "Oh no, this is just a gag."
That's what your ass gets. You know what I'm saying? That's the only
Yeah.
star your ass gets. A prison star. Let's go.
Hey, we'll go ahead and give you the half a star.
Right. You ain't a 5 star. You
got
ain't
the
a
half.
star.
How many stars are mine? How many stars are mine?
You can start.
I better
so
shake
funny.
him and get some
Yeah.
dust to come out of your throat.
Yeah, the Lucky Shot was a great movie, but that was funny. Man. I was like, this coincidence couldn't have been any better.
Oh. Gosh, it sucks to suck.
It does. Well, fuck. Thanks for coming again, Kevin.
Giants.
Yeah, 510 Productions, baby.
Oh, yeah. Five,
Sure.
10. We're going to get the caboose for you, dog. Welcome to the party.
Wow.
Glad to be here, man.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah. Well, we'll see you in a couple months, couple years, something, man. We got to get you back some more often.
Yeah,
though.
right.
Definitely. We need to take
Hey,
take
at
down
least
the court.
next year
Yeah.
he'll be back. Next year we're gonna have to see if he's got it available.
Yeah, Kendall's buying the plane tickets.
Oh, still?
More
Okay.
often.
Say-
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, I try to keep it like, well, the way it's been going is Chris come down, I come up, Chris come down, I come up. But hopefully he'll be making that move to Florida here permanently.
Okay.
Soon.
All right, Chris.
If you ever get adventurous, decide to bring the kids up and shit, you got to come out and stay in the camper. I got to sleep in for 8 at least. So, yeah. Come stay at the farm.
Yeah, that's the sticks. Ain't no that's the sticks, dog.
Don't be asking what that
Random
noise
horses
is.
man.
walking up and shit.
Talk to a cow.
Looking in the camper.
Hey, he
A
had me
cow,
doing his shut
a cow
out
got
there.
loose once and came up and
See?
ate our sweet corn.
See?
That's the most dangerous thing
That's
It was
that's
the neighbor's
That's
sweet corn, really, but like, yeah,
It was just growing over into your property a little
the
bit.
cow. I don't know. The cow just walked up into the yard and got into the garden. But yeah, that's.
I mean, that kind
It
of freaked me
happens.
out a little
Just
bit.
shit
You
you
know,
see
if I
every
woke
day.
up into something
But you
like
should
that.
yeah, come on out, bud. Come on out.
Wow.
We'll find something to do.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll find something for you to do, bro. You just gotta make sure you
Oh,
come with
dude.
like a string or
Rich
something
is
like
like,
that.
he always got to work.
Yeah, man.
I'm always like,
oh, hey,
You ain't
bro.
say no
Help me
man,
with
I
my
got
friends.
all this
I'm like, yeah, I got
barbecue
you.
and I got like $100 bill and some barbecue. You just come out here for a few hours. Let me get you on some of that woodworking shit.
Yeah. Who do you think that is saying? Whole
Roofing.
roof and shit, man? Like, bro,
Hey, what was the last thing you did for me though?
the shed, the roof.
The roof.
But you don't do no roofing.
Hey,
All right.
Hold on,
I don't
hold
do
on.
singles, bro. I don't do singles. Singles